New Year's Eve NXT episode. And we can go match by match, but let's just talk about general thoughts on this episode, really, because it's just all over the place. What were your thoughts on D-Walk on Kaylani versus Lola Vice?
I mean, it was something everywhere. I mean, how do I say it? Yeah, the match was just something everywhere, and it's just like it seemed like they was rushing it.
Yeah. I give you that.
I mean, the outcome. I wasn't expecting the outcome. I thought, I wanted to see Lola Vice win.
Yeah.
Especially, I thought it was over after she had her choked out like that, and then when she ran her on the ropes and she faked it like it hurt it. Come on, man, that's a rope, man. Why are you faking again? She didn't even hit you hard. That flapjack that she did, she played that off a little bit more than the rope thing.
Okay.
What you think about it, B?
Lola versus
Kalani. Yeah.
Honestly, I wasn't impressed. Because it went in my mind how I knew it was gonna be. They rushed it. They didn't give them time to really get their shit in. And it's unfortunate because Lola, she comes from an MMA world.
Yes.
She could be their Latina Ronda Rousey.
Yes.
But a more like a pillable version. I want to see her running through people, destroying, like dominating that division. They don't need to have her losing to people. And no shout out to Kaylani. She should not have lost to
No.
at all. That's like having Julia lose the ring.
We can debate that, D-Walk, because honestly, sorry to cut you off. The reason I say we can debate that because Miss Invisible Woman did watch the rise of Kaylani, and the first 3 matches were fucking boring as fuck because she fought Jada, who was fighting Mitchin, and then she fought a couple other people, and the only reason she lost the match was a gauntlet match.
Oh yeah, shout out to Mitchin. I totally forgot about her.
Yeah, everyone did.
But okay. Right. Sorry to cut you off. Go on. It's not so much Kaylani's wrestling that bores me. Like she actually, I mean, I can give her flowers as a wrestler. Like she's very like a chameleon. She's very adaptable to whoever she's in the ring with, and picks up on whatever they're doing. But it's not her wrestling. It's just her character. Like I've said a million times, just the whole like perfect. I don't know. It was her character that I wasn't a fan of. True. But I would like to see her as like a no BS heel. So that's 2025.
Continue, B-Rock.
But yeah, I was saying she don't need to be losing to people. Lola don't need to be losing to people that she should not be losing to. And she could really be, especially for their Latin market, she could be a money magnet for them if they tap into that. And they need to learn what they have when they have it. Because if she leaves, like unless they replace her with Stephanie, who do you have? She has it factor. And they need to tap into Lola's it factor right now.
Yeah.
To continue on the Visible Woman, I like Stephanie too, but she can't talk a damn word of English. Lola can, but Lola's boring as fuck. It's always like
she's like Takeshita. When Takeshita, listen, he can cuss me on this Japanese. I ain't gotta understand shit what he's saying. But when he get in that ring, baby, I know what time it is. Let Stephanie be that. She ain't got to cut a promo. Just let her beat bitches up.
Yeah. Okay, but my thoughts on Lola versus Kaylani, real quick. For me, it was a good match, but Lola was kind of rushed. I do like, and again, Visible Woman said this. The second Cora Jade came out of nowhere, started shit. And after the fact that Kaylani won with the bridge, and that pisses me off. Lola Vice, ladies and gentlemen, Lola Vice. I hope you hear this. Lola Vice, you beat the shit out of Jada Parker. had a badass match, fucking won, but then lost to Kaylani with a bridge. You know how embarrassing that fucking thing is? Like, you had a fucking drawn out match. You're an MMA fighter and you lost to Kaylani with a fucking bridge. And then on top of that, the acting of hers is marvelous, because the second she did the spinning back fist to Stephanie, I mean, the millisecond she did the spinning back fist to Stephanie, she immediately went to novela phase and like, no, perdóname, perdón. She actually said those words, perdóname, no. I'm like, oh my God, this is just fucking awesome. But other than that, top-notch acting. Other than that, Kaylani shouldn't have won, because Lola Vice should have been on a winning streak for at least a month. At least a month. Jada Parker should be on a losing streak for just a month, because you lost. And she won. Just saying.
I disagree with that. That girl got it factor. You don't crush that or by having her lose. And then when you try to build her up, fans don't take her seriously. No, you don't do that.
Lola's trying, though. Lola's trying, and like right now, you beat Jada and lost to Kaylani, and now what you need to do is keep beating somebody, because now guess what happens in the future. Lola's gonna fight Stephanie, and this is a unbreakable force versus a immovable object.
And she gonna lose it.
And that sucks.
She gonna lose that.
Lola's gonna lose. Stephanie's not gonna lose. Lola is, and that's a point that you got to accept, and that sucks. Honestly, I don't want to see
because Stephanie, she's the more decorated. She's the more decorated. She should be, you know what I'm saying, dominant. It's like against a Lola Vice. Now, her losing to Julia, I can see Stephanie losing to Julia, but you don't have her lose to no Lola.
No, hell no.
No, ma'am.
Hell no.
No,
Stephanie
sir.
should lose to nobody. Stephanie should lose to nobody unless it was like trickery involved or someone shenanigans. That's the only way you can lose by NXT standards. If you lose a clean match to Kaylani with a bridge, I'm done. I'm gonna fucking throw a muffin across Puerto Rico all the way to Florida and then hit somebody in the fucking stands. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, she don't need to lose to nobody but Julia.
Exactly.
Well, on the level of a Julia. And as far as NXT, they don't got nobody on that level but Julia. So unless she losing to Julia, she don't need to lose.
Go, Visible.
No, I mean, I will say that I like Lola as a wrestler, but losing is what gives a wrestler grit. You know, you come back from that, you know, new and improved. Like, same thing for Jada. I like her as a wrestler. I do wish she would change up her repertoire a little bit, but she's lost plenty of time. But she still gets up and is like, I'm the shit. So, you know, she has grit for sure.
I agree with that. Because for those who watch AEW, that's how they did Daniel Garcia in the Continental Classic last year. He lost all his matches, but when he finally won that one, that's what got him over with the crowd, like he is now.
Yeah.
So I agree with that.
Okay.
If it's done
all right,
correctly.
That's right. Now let's go to the next match, which is Cedric Alexander versus Ethan Page. Now I want to give this note to the Invisible Woman, because again, she's a casual viewer. They started fighting in the back, and before I said anything, Cardala said, "Oh, I think they're just gonna go to the ring and fight and start the match." And sure enough, when you said that, they cut the camera, and then Ethan Page and Cedric Alexander start fighting to the ring. Like, oh, they go, there you go, Cardala, you called it out. Casual viewer called that shit out a while ago, and then the match started. Cedric is fat. Yeah. Cedric is fucking fat. I'm sorry to say this. Cedric is fucking fat, and it's slowing his movement, and I don't like that. Ethan was doing his shit. Ethan was trying, like, Ethan was even hurting his knees in certain moves. I noticed that. In the end, Ethan won. I'm gonna say that. D-Walk, your thoughts on that?
You're right. Cedric is getting fat. Like, he used to be toned, no Diddy, but but like I said, to me, Ethan Page looked good in that match. Should Ethan Page should have won? Yes. They ain't got shit to do. They ain't got nothing to do with Cedric Alexander, but make him lose.
Yep. It's just the way it is, man. BMACK, your thoughts on the match?
The fact that Ethan Page outclassed Cedric, that should be a crime against humanity. Because there is no way that should have ever happened.
Hmm?
Cedric, get it together. You're too
Yeah.
talented to be letting yourself go. Get it
Mm-hmm.
together. And if it was me, I would have left when Bobby them left. When they went to AEW and hurt Cedric, my ass would have been out the door with him. I wouldn't have resigned.
Mm-mm.
But that's buyer's remorse for another conversation. But he should be way far ahead than he currently what he is, and that's a shame that he's not.
Well, that's just the way it is. Invisible Woman. Your thoughts on the match of Ethan Page versus Cedric Alexander?
I'm not a fan of this super heel thing that I have going on with Ethan Page, but that's just the person in me who doesn't like to see pain. So.
Okay, so you didn't like the match. Commentators' notes. They said that Javon Evans has his mouth wired shut, so he'll be gone for a few weeks. We made the joke of like now he can bulk up because he can say theoretically they're just giving him liquids which makes him bulk the fuck up.
Yeah, and Joe's gonna love that because he's gonna come back in a few months, totally different and bulked up, and like you said, a perfect excuse.
Joe, we love you. Now,
we love you.
My thoughts on the match: Cedric's too fucking fat. I didn't like the match. Ethan Page did his thing. He's just beating up all of Javon Evans' friends until Javon Evans comes back. Honestly.
And he's gonna be pissed.
Yes, and it's fine because I like Javon Evans when he's pissed because he actually punches like he's fucking pissed. Well, notable notes: match of the year was Josh Briggs versus Dijak versus Obafemi. I didn't watch that one. Triple threat match. Moment of the year: Joe Hendry's debut, which was honestly the moment of the year for all of NXT. Tag team of the year: Axiom and Nathan Frazier. Which I want to talk about that real quick. D-Walk, what are your thoughts on after they were talking about like their ups and downs and everything else? OTM, them punk ass bitches came out. Oh yeah, wait, 2024 was your shit, bro. Spanish first. 2025 was mine, and they leave. What's your thoughts on that, D-Walk?
It should have never happened. I was trying to change the channel, but I couldn't find my remote. God damn it, man! Who giving these dudes screen time? Who giving these dudes TV time? Because they suck.
Yeah. And I can't say anything about it. D-Walk, your thoughts on Axiom Frazier's promo and OTM coming in like some hot bitches?
No, they came in like some goddamn diva queens and shit.
Yep.
But
party.
Nathan Frazier and Axiom, like I said, they talked about what they've been through and what they overcame and what's wrong with. Okay, I'm a hothead, I'm fuck up and everything and all that. They talked about their ups and downs with each other. That was dope until goddamn out the trash came talking shit.
Yep. The losing team, the losers. BMACK, your thoughts?
I was unbothered. Like that was my food break. Like I went to get a plate, like something to eat.
Nice. Oh my god, that's how I feel about them. They fucking suck. I'm sorry to say it, dude. Like they always lose. They're big guys, and I respect that, but they always fucking lose. That's all they fucking do. And if they become the tag champions of 2025, and they replace Axiom, who these motherfuckers have been fucking killing it for a year. They're the cancer of the NXT division. I will always say that, but they've been killing it thus far. What is OTM going to do? Power move for the next year? We already got that with Igwe and Tyson. Fuck. All right. I get mad because honestly, like I don't like OTM because they're just fucking losers and they keep going, we're the shit. You guys lose. Step the fuck up. All right. Hank can take it in the back, blah, blah, blah. Kaylani Jordan got in a shoving contest with Stephanie, which kind of sets up Stephanie versus Kaylani in the future because we saw Lola talking in Spanish. Perdóname, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. I felt like you did. I didn't mean to. I'm sorry. And Kaylani starting shit. But let's get to this match because this is something that this is the first time ever for Invisible Woman. Metaphor versus Katana Chance and Kaden Carter versus GD Dolan, Shotzi Blackheart with Tatum Patrick side in a triple threat match. Your thoughts on this, D-Walk?
It was interesting. Damn, like I said, it was interesting. It was a good match. The right people won.
Really? You're happy that Metaphor won?
Yeah, but you can't make last legend and up and coming. You can't make her look weak or bad, unless a different team would have won.
We're gonna have a
different team would have pinned somebody else.
Yeah, we're gonna have a lot of different opinions in this match. All right, BMACK, go, please.
I think Kate Carter and like Miss Katana changed to the one because they're former champions and they should be getting back on the track to getting tag team gold. They shouldn't be losing. However, I agree. Last Legend, like if you're gonna build her, she needs to start getting that experience of what it feels like to win in matches that matter. And that was a match that mattered. So therefore, she needed it to get that feeling. So when she do get that eventual championship opportunity as a tag team, because they are going to get tag team gold at some point, I believe. Hopefully, she know what it feels like.
Okay. Invisible Woman, your thoughts on the match? The first time seeing Katana and Kaden.
I was impressed by those two for sure. They're a really impressive tag team. Like they work really well together. And same for the other two. I don't know the name, but the ones that were hanging out with Tatum Paxley, they only popped up a couple of times, but it was interesting. I will say, but this is where I kept, as soon as the match started, I noticed with Lash Legend. Again, I like her as a wrestler. Like she was one of the OGs for me when I started watching NXT, and I've still speak highly of her, but I'm not sure the reason why like she's not doing more. Like I want to see more flips and she's throwing people around for sure, but there's not much more to it than that. And I just feel like she's really limited with her moves, and I'm not quite sure why.
I don't think she's meant to be like a flippy girl, but they do need to let her use her size and her power more. They need to let her lead into that because
power bombs and like this match just didn't. Sorry to interrupt, but yeah, she just didn't.
Yeah,
this isn't the only match where she just doesn't show. Yeah,
she don't need to be grinding pounds. She needs to be boom, boom, boom like powerhouse.
Yeah,
like
I
Zarya.
want to see her as a powerhouse.
She needs to be what Zarya is. Like it's like running through people.
Right now, she's kind of just like, if she feels like a boss in a movie that's just like she's strong, but I want to see that strength utilized.
Yeah, sure.
Say that again.
I said she's looking weak right now.
Yeah, I mean in this match, yeah, but I know she has potential. It's just they're not utilizing it for some reason. But we'll see why not.
Now, this is my version now, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to clip this shit at 51 minutes, 45 seconds. G-Walk went to the bathroom. All right. This match was good. Now, mind you, Shotzi Blackheart had the most scared fucking moment of her life when her face went straight. Like, she went through the ropes and her legs clipped the ropes and her face went straight the fuck down. Like, I had to go back a couple times and she hit her face straight on her fucking on the mat. So I'm like, holy shit. I hope you're and she was okay afterwards.
Yeah.
But that was a scare. Katana and Kaden come back to NXT, stay in NXT, have fun in NXT because we need you in NXT right now. Because there's nothing good
in NXT as tag team champions.
Yeah, come back. There's nothing happening right now. I know, but the reason I say this is because there's nothing good happening for the tag team, and I say that because Jakara was doing her thing. I respect that. Lash did 4 botches, four, and was scared on certain spots. Yeah. Slow on certain spots.
I think that's what it is.
Yeah, she's just scared.
She's in the position where Jade was when she was in AEW. How we was talking about her, how she would botch.
Yeah.
Like this is Lash's growing pain season. She has the potential, but she has to get better. And she's not gonna do it if they're not giving her that opportunity. That's why I said if it was me, when that contract is up, I would sign somewhere else and go to Japan for 6 months and come back a monster. It'll work. It's been proven to work. because it did wonders for Megan Bang on the Indies.
Yeah, that would be interesting to see. I mean, you can tell right away. Like Alex said it in the first few moments of the match. Like Jakara Jackson is confident. Like there was some move she did. It's like it takes confidence to do that. So that's the difference between Jakara and Lash. It seems like is Jakara has the confidence to like pull through those hard moves.
Yeah, I agree. Her confidence sells her. Lash has to get to that point. She's comfortable and she's confident off the outside of the ring, but it has to translate in the ring. Because you can talk trash outside of the ring, bring it to the ring, and let it translate as well.
Yeah.
Because the ring was there.
Yeah, I get that. And I want to say this now. I loved the fluidity of Case and Katana. Even if Lash was kind of botching, they're like, no, we're gonna do our shit anyway because we already know what the fuck to do. And I had to tell Cardala, and I guess I didn't say it. That's the point of like when you're the longest reigning NXT tag team champions, you do so many matches together on camera and off camera on the live shows. You already get to know each other, no matter who the person is. Like we already know where you need to be. We already know what to do. So no matter what the fuck you're doing, we're gonna fucking do it. So I respect that more than anything else. So thank the gods that it fucking worked. Moving on, I kind of wanted Katana to win, but again, Lash needs to. And by the way, post match, Isla Dawn came out and said, "Oh, we're gonna win the blah 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 2025, all that shit." All right, moving on. A bunch of shit. Okay, let's get to where we need to go. By the way, let's talk about this, D-Walk. Ava is in the back with Lexus, William Regal, Charlie Dempsey. He tells them, hey, I know that you won by DQ, and technically that you can win the belt, but there's a kind of a gray area in that aspect. He says that we have to give the cup back to Dempsey. William Regal says, you know what? I'm not into this shit anymore because, obviously we'll talk about that in a second. And Lexus King looks like he lost the trophy and has to give it back. And then next week, sudden death, no timer, qualifier match. Right? Sorry, Heritage Cup match. Do you want your thoughts on this?
I honestly thought it was stupid. She should have took it from both of them.
Why?
I mean, the fact about it, like, you took it from him and gave it back to old dude, but then you said he lost by cheating. Just take from both of them and let them, since they doing sudden deaths, they it might be up for grabs. Like, I'm taking it from you until whoever wins the match.
Yeah, that's sense. Okay. I'm sorry. All right, Visible Woman, your thoughts on that segment that we saw that the Lexus King was all crying and shit.
I feel for him a little bit, but he'll come back from it, and he's definitely a character turn for him. Charlie Dempsey, it's funny because I always forget that he's British.
Yeah.
So
I get that. BMACK, your thoughts on this segment?
It was okay. It did what it was supposed to do. I wasn't wild or impressed or anything like that, but it got over what it was supposed to get over. Now, like, how do you follow it up?
Yeah. And this is a question for you, BMACK, before we continue. Do you think that Lexus King is going to cheat to win this match? Or, supplement question, if he loses, will he snap and turn into his father? Which is he will beat the shit out of Charlie Dempsey after the match.
He shouldn't win. I think he needs to work for it. He don't need to win like until the second or third match. Like, let this be like a little grudge trilogy and then win on the second or third. But Charlie needs to win the first one. Because they've been building him outside of the company. So they need to show what he can really do. And like, let this be like a masterclass of, you ain't on my level. You can be, but right now I ain't seeing it for you. So like, don't bother me. Like, basically he should make Lexus King his bitch. Sorry.
No, it's okay. No, there's no something with NXT now with D-Walk. That's why we have Daddy Chill buttons. So it's fine. So that means the second question is active. Do you believe that he will turn into his father after the fact that he loses?
Yes, because he's gonna get tired of losing, tired of getting overlooked, tired of getting clowned on social media. Because he do read the comments. Because I be watching, he be replying. He gonna get tired of getting clowned publicly, and he gonna have to switch it up. And the only way to switch is to turn it to your father, which I wouldn't do it because like that's done been tried and proven already. And you ain't your. But if that's what it's gonna take to get him to the next level,
I'd rather see him snap. I'd rather see him snap by William Regal turning on him like it was a joke the whole time, and then he just snapped. He beat up William Regal, take William Regal out, then he tried to go for Charlie Dempsey. That'd be dope. How I see it if it happened like that. Me.
True. I mean, for me, I think for me, I think he's just snap. Obviously, you can't bring a gun on TV. You can't do that. You can't. However, you can get a cattle prod. Just put that out there. You can use a technical cattle prod, and you can beat the crap out of him and cattle prod him. You can technically use a window and throw him through it. You can technically use a car. And you can't use a gun. This is the weird rules of wrestling. I mean, it's the weirdest rules of wrestling. You can't use a physical gun, but you can use everything in the world but a gun.
Yeah.
On TV.
They would never. Yeah. No.
Use a ball. They use a construction that falls on him.
A medieval mace, anything.
The
but
car
not a
explodes.
GUN.
A sword. A fucking sword.
A sword.
Pew pew sword. That's what we're gonna call the. That's what we're gonna.
No,
call
I'm talking about Drew McIntyre is carrying that sword around like, dog. That can't happen in real life.
Yeah,
I've always been a rogue dagger lady myself. But.
So exactly. So we continue on.
You can't go wrong with brass knuckles, though.
Exactly. So let's get on to the next. Talk about brass knuckles and badasses. Sol Ruka versus Izzy Dame. By the way, Izzy Dame has not won a match in exactly 3 months. And she fights Sol Ruka that is just fucking having a problem with here before we get the context. Before we get that context, Sol Ruka was talking to Izzy Dame backstage. And by the way, for some weird fucking reason, it's like I'm leaving, I'm going to do my match. For no point, and at no point, she told Zarya, hey, come to the front, come to the stage and hang out with me. Never said that shit. So Sol Ruka versus Izzy Dame. Your thoughts on this before we get to what happened next? D-Walk.
All right.
How's those?
Hey, you might as well get that button ready. Shout out to Joe.
There we go. It's a Joe. Okay, yeah. I'm ready.
This some bullshit.
Yeah.
I would have rather seen them in bikinis and thongs, pillow fighting. The interference in the match was bullshit. They could have did a fatal 4-way bikini thong match.
Okay, there we go.
Daddy, chill.
What the hell is even that?
No, but the match didn't make sense to me, like they rushed it and everything. Shout out to you, Joe.
Shout out to you, Joe. BMACK, your thoughts?
It was unnecessary.
Yep. Go on. So short and sweet. All right, baby, your thoughts on Izzy Dame versus Sol Ruka?
Izzy Dame versus Sol Ruka. It's funny because after the match, I told Alex that you know what, I'll save that for the segment. We'll talk about it. The match itself, again, I just really love Sol Ruka. Like maybe it's the bisexual in me. I don't know. I like Sol Ruka, but she's just very like dynamic in the ring, and I guess it should have been predictable that with how much she was killing it in the beginning of the match that she wasn't gonna win in the end. But like Alex said, Zarya came out and
for no reason.
Somehow, some way there was intervention, and Izzy Dame ended up taking the win. So
and that was bullshit.
It was bullshit.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, the reason Sol Ruka lost is that Sol Ruka was doing an acai moonsault. Zarya is just standing there, and I'm saying, I was saying to you, screaming it while watching it live. I'm like, Get out the fucking way. Get out the fucking way. Get out the fucking way.
You shouldn't even have been there, bro.
And Izzy Dame pulls her in, distracts her. Izzy Dame, blah, blah, 1, 2, 3. I didn't like this match because Izzy Dame is only used like blue pants. Yeah. Shout out to the people that really know NXT. Whoever invented blue pants, it was a woman back in NXT 2013-16 who was called Blue Pants, right? Okay. Like, they didn't really want to give her a name. But she would always lose 99.9% of the time. Except for that one match where she would always win. Where it's out of nowhere. But this version of Blue Pants is that Izzy Dame is whiny, doesn't really do anything. She's really tall. She's like the alternate version of Last Legend. That she's tall and she's big and she's powerful, but she doesn't really do anything. She's boring. And so Ruka, being so Ruka, I call her the female Randy Orton, can do so much more. But as a babyface, you're fucking stuck. You need to stop. You need to switch it up.
You should clip that. You need to stop.
Yeah. So Ruka, you need to stop. You don't know what I'm talking. Or that's the weight song.
Oh my god, we saw that earlier.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. We saw it in public. 2 people doing it to each other from like 10 feet apart. It was beautiful.
Beach. It was beautiful. And now, at the end of it, I'm sick and tired of this. Let's go to the next match because I'm getting tired of fucking talking about people that come out of nowhere that don't deserve this. Next
interventions.
Match,
that's how they production does its producing.
Your thoughts on this match, Mr. D-Walk? Wesley, Tyson DuPont, and Tyreek Igwe versus Chase, Hank Walker, Tank Legend, a 6-man tag match. To give people context, Igwe, Tyson, and Wes were saying to Hank and Tank, well, before Wes came out of nowhere, they said, hey, why you freaking do that? Why you got to fight us and everything else? Like, we're cool, but my partner's like, we're trying to get to the top, so I'm going to follow my partner's lead. Wesley comes in like, hey, if you got a third, we'll do a 3-on-3. Hank and Tank's like, look, we're going to find someone on New Year's Eve. In the back, they find Chase and say, hey, you ain't doing nothing. I know you've been your ups and downs. Both of them said that. Can you jump in and start like end 2024 with a bang? And then they come out. Now, I want to give a shout out to the Invisible Woman. She brought this subject to the point. When Chase came out, she said, I think I said that too, but you said you agreed with me. What? That I said, this reminds me of when my mom and my sister calls me to do a job in the back of my house. I don't want to fucking do it, but I'm stuck with it because they're family. So that's how I felt, and that's how Chase's faces look like. I'm here. I don't want to be here, but I'm here. And I did like that. And by the way, Wesley got kicked in the face, super kick in the beginning. D-Walk, your thoughts on the match?
Well, you already know how I feel about Hank and Stank. Second thing, why the fuck they could have got anybody else but Andre Chase? Third of all, what is y'all gonna do? Why y'all making y'all could have kept Wesley a single. He could have been in the group, but he don't need to be in the group. You have him singles run. The other two dudes. How many matches that they seen him on TV have? Like, this is my first time in how many months seeing him? I'd rather see them than fucking out the trash.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I mean, I feel like Wesley is like the villain that he separated from his friends, but he still wants to be in a group. Obvious. So if he has a little tag, heel trio, then good for them. And same thing like I said before about Hank and Tank. I like their theatrics. I feel like they deserve a win for once. Like, it's obvious they gave OTM the win on this one, but they're a good team regardless.
BMACK, your thoughts?
Again, like, I think the right person won. And they should because track to where they have a success instead of like constant losses.
Okay. I give you that. All right. I actually have to agree with BMAC. Actually, I'm happy that they won. I don't know what this 3-man tag team is going to happen with Wesley, but if it gives more shine to Tyson and Igwe, do it. Do it. Because I want they're pretty bland for now. They're pretty normal. I do like I think it was Igwe. I think it was Tyson. Yeah, Tyson did his finisher was kind of like it looked like the big ending, but it then turned into a stunner. I did love that. It's pretty simple and basic, and you could protect yourself. But at the same time, you can do a whole bunch of really powerful tag team moves with two big ass guys like Tyson and Igwe.
Yeah,
really a whole bunch of shit. So I want, but Wesley's there, but like because like I got the shine, I'm known, so I get that. I get that. The sad part of Chase pointing to the section where there's always Chase U people, and I tried to like told Cardella this. I'm like, we went back. I'm like, there's not one motherfucker with a Chase U shirt on that section anymore. That's just like normal now.
A lot of people wearing red, but
and then they're like, oh, a lot of people wearing red. I'm like, yeah, but there's no Chase U red. It's just red shirts. Like that's just like normal. And Chase is like, Chase just broke down. Like I lost my people. Like fucking Black Panther. I just walked away. You know, just like, oh, I can't. You know, so I feel bad for Chase, but this is something that he needs to find for himself. He needs to get to somewhere. You can make another group with Thea Hale and Duke Hudson. You just can't call yourself Chase U anymore. Just find something else. Find something else. If not, Now here comes the funny part. Shout out to Joe. Love you, bro. Ashanti the Adonis wants Carmen Petrovic to call him back. And he's like, yo, baby, if I can't be with you on New Year's Eve, you know, baby, I'll be by myself. You know, I'm adding the paraphrasing, you know, babies. Nikita Lyons comes up and just with boobs first and then face second and says, hey, you know, I'm going to a New Year's Eve party. Let's go. He's like, nah, you know, if I can't be with Carmen, I'll be by myself. Oh, I thought you were cool. And then she left. He's like, oh,
I thought you were a player.
I thought you were a player. He's like, I guess I'm not. So that's a legitimate turn for 2025. He's not a player anymore. He's a man in love. D-Walk, your thoughts on that?
Oh shit, they could have kept this shit. What the hell is they doing, man? Release my man or something or give him a better role, man. What is y'all doing?
Yeah. BMACK, your thoughts on Ashanti not being a player anymore, but a one-woman band?
It's unfortunate because, again, he's another talented one that can be doing something with. But I guess this is going to be the season of who wants some more. And do we want it? It's the question. He wants it, but will he get the opportunity? Like, that's the big question. And it's looking like he ain't going to get it no time soon. So stick to losing or get up the guts to bet on yourself.
Yeah, I get that. If there's a woman, the fact of that segment.
Which segment was it?
Ashanti the Adonis.
Oh yeah, I mean that one's kind of funny to see because I don't know. I felt for him a little bit, but it'll be cute if he gets his act together and stops being a player. You know.
Yeah, I mean, Carmen has a TV, so she'll see what happens. I'm happy for Ashanti. He needs to apologize to Dion, and they can be a tag team because Dion ain't doing shit right now. And Ashanti's stuck in just fighting jobbers until he does something because he's not going to fight whoever is the NXT North American champion. He's not going to fight and win whoever the fucking main champion is. He needs to do something. Be a tag team champion. Do something. Because you can't do this fucking Brave and the Bold shit for the next year. Nah, bro. Sorry. Backstage. After Izzy Dame is walking away and everything else, Sean Spears comes in. He's like, hey, baby, I need you to be my team. Hey, baby. You know, I'm Sean Spears. Anyway, Tony D'Angelo says leave her alone, comes out of nowhere with the family. D'Angelo, Spears made a hint that he was the Santa that attacked the Dawn last week, even though we all know it was Rich Holland because it came out. And then he tells he tells his number two to go after either Sean Spears or the Ridge. So I respect that. Main event. Trick Williams, Oba Femi, Eddie Thorpe segment. Once Mike Rome comes out. Go on.
I was gonna say, I don't know if we skipped it or we already went over it, but the segment where Izzy Dame. It's Izzy Dame and Sean Spears.
Yeah, right now. I just said it right now.
Oh, you did. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I was gonna say before. I tried to say that I wouldn't mind seeing Izzy Dame as part of like the Don's crew, and Alex's immediate response was like, "Oh, well, she's not Italian, so NXT won't allow it."
I'm sorry, that's how it is in NXT. You got to be like of a certain race, and then you're cook. Like Izzy Dame is just a tall ass white girl. Like she's not Italian, unless they do it like Owen Hart, where he gets inducted. Like D-Walk knows this, where Owen Hart got inducted to the Nation of Domination, just because. Like, they didn't really explain that, but it still counts. So I respect that. Up next, Mike Rome comes out and says who's the male superstar of the year. Obafemi doesn't even let him finish. It comes out and says this verbatim. You see, you guys and your awards, you guys understand? It doesn't matter who wins the male superstar of the year. All this is really a prop for the popularity contest. Honestly, I think it's laughable that you guys really think that you can dictate the narrative around here in NXT because you can voice your own opinion on social media. It doesn't matter if you boo or if you cheer, if you chant, woo, or if you say who, it doesn't matter. My performance remains the same. It's inconsequential. You think you get to control something. You don't control nothing. The only person in this building, in this company that gets to control anything to me is me. Because I am the ruler. I'm the one who directs the narrative. I'm the one who stirs the ship. I'm the captain. Now. And if you don't believe me, you can tune in to New Year's Evil and witness becoming the NXT champion. Trick William comes out. Now, Trick William comes out. Oh, and then I want to say this. Oba, why did you come out here and tell these people all kinds of lies? Now, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't see no problem getting some love from the fans. See, he starts kissing the fans' asses. It's a triple threat match. Eddie Thorpe over Femi Trick Williams. To win this match, I got to dig deep, man. I got to be ruthless. I got to need something different. Matter of fact, I need that old thing back. I'm talking about that Trick Curry. I'm talking about that Trick McGrady. I'm talking about that, just all that shit. He brings up the fact that if you really are the ruler, where's your belt? Like, this shouldn't have been a triple threat match. This should be a title versus title match. You lost your belt, so you are beatable. So I will say that. Okay? Now, all we want to know is how long are you going to take off after, and he disappeared after he lost to the Dawn. He left for 3 weeks. Trick Williams says this. You were gone for a couple of weeks. Now, all we want to know is how long are you going to take off after I beat you at New Year's Evil? Eddie Thorpe attacks Obafemi, breaks the fucking award over Obafemi's face, and raises the belt up high. D-Walk, your thoughts on this segment?
I don't like Eddie Thorpe. I don't like this Eddie Thorpe. He ain't showed me nothing on NXT. Nah. Him being on that, and then he how many matches have he won? He ain't won that many matches.
Nope. He's only fought Lexis King and Ashanti. That's it. My record. All right. BMACK, your thoughts on this segment at the end and everything else?
Honestly, I feel it could have been better, and I want to see where it goes next. You'll call it great. It was solid.
Okay, I respect that. If it's a woman, your thoughts on the segments and Obafemi being the captain. What you like?
My immediate response to that was, I cannot believe you just said that. No other comments on that. But I'm just waiting for this whole, segment with Eddie Thorpe to be over, honestly, because I want to see more of him as a wrestler without all this crap.
Yeah.
And yeah, again, like I was saying earlier, it's ironic that I couldn't decide who to pick, and I guess apparently neither could they, because all three of them came in to take it. So, but Alex called it earlier too. I noticed that the award was like really lightweight while Trick was holding it. and then ironically enough, it got smashed over his head. So
it
he had a
shattered.
cardboard.
It shattered.
Styrofoam.
Oh, it was awful. My thoughts on this was like, first off, Obafemi is being very creative with his talking. Last week he talked about, like I said, last week he talked about
going hard.
He's going hard on the commentary, and I like that about Obafemi. He doesn't need to. He has the record to back his ass up. He can have a manager to talk for him. He doesn't want to have a manager.
Cocky. He's getting so cocky that I almost felt like the only person who could come out to like put him in place is The Rock.
Yeah, probably.
Like, I'm the captain. It's like, no, I'm in charge.
Yeah, that could work. Or someone like, and this is something that can be in the future once he leaves to the main roster. When he talks to Seth Rollins and Cody Rhodes and all those people, I think and that won't happen for a year because he's gonna win the belt. As the moon rises, as the sun sets, he's winning that fucking belt, and he's gonna be in NXT for at least 6 months to a year, easily, just dominating as it should have been back in the day in NXT Black and Gold. Once you won the belt, you were the dominant motherfucker for at least 6 months. If you were a dominant heel, chicken shit heel, honest babyface, chicken shit babyface, Bo Dallas. We all remember how Bo Dallas was. That's how it was. So, with all that being said, next week, let's talk about the matches, ladies and gentlemen, and for you, D-Walk, and everyone else. Let's see our predictions here. We get announced that it's a fatal 4-way. Cora Jade, Kaylani, Lola Vice, and Stephanie McCurr. D-Walk, who wins?
I gotta say Van Kier. Kalani's not gonna win it.
Okay. Why?
Lola's not gonna win it.
That's true.
Who you said the other chick was?
Cora Jade. Cora Jade.
Yeah, Cora's not gonna win it. Huh?
It was Cora Jade, Kaylani, Lola, and Stephanie.
Yeah. Stephanie gonna win. I can't see nobody else winning it.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay.
I think it's Stephanie winning.
BMACK, who wins the fatal 4-way?
Stephanie, because I think they're setting up her versus Julia.
But Stephanie, whoever wins this fatal 4-way goes after Fallon Henley for the North American. They already Ava just said it and NXT, so I'll put that out there. So,
well, I mean, I guess she's gonna win the championship then.
That's the way to separate. Do your title versus title, set up a rivalry your own way, which I do love that. It's unique. Everyone has their own paths. Once they both lose it, they can have another rivalry by themselves. Now, next match: Lexis King versus Charlie Dempsey. No timer. Heritage Cups match. D-Walk, who wins?
Charlie.
And how? Let's leave like that. And how do they win?
Submission.
Ooh. Okay. BMAC, Lexis King, boom, and how?
I think Charlie wins clean with no question about it.
Okay. I respect that. If it's a woman, Lexis King, Charlie Dempsey, who wins and how? It's a Heritage Cups match.
I hope that Lexis King wins fair and square, although I don't necessarily hope that he wins, that he keeps the belt. But yes, I hope he wins fair and square.
Okay. I will say Charlie Dempsey wins the belt back because he's not doing anything else with that fucking thing right now. And he doesn't have no direction right now, so he needs to do something the fuck to do. So I get that. And then afterwards, as we talked about it, Lexis King snaps, and he could be like his dad, just beat the shit out, literally beat the shit out of him. That his crew comes in and he beats the shit out of the crew. That Ren Sinclair comes in and then he inadvertently beats the shit out of Ren Sinclair. He just snaps. That William Regal comes out. He just snaps up William Regal like, you knew my dad. So and then Regal, instead of helping his son, he runs the fuck away. He's like, oh shit, you look just like your dad. Fuck this shit. I have the chance to run away this time. See ya.
Hey, you know what match I'd like to see? I like to see Charlie Dempsey versus Norm Dar. That'd be a good match for the Heritage Cup
That
title.
would be good. That would be good in the sense of like that would be something different. I'll give you that much. Just try to look for the matches. Okay. All right. Next up, Roxanne Perez versus Julia D-Walk. Who wins?
Oh, you already know who that one is. You know, Julia would be the new women's NXT champion.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Invisible Woman. Who wins?
What's it again? I'm sorry.
Roxanne Perez, Julia. Number 2.
Julia's taking the belt, but I hope that Roxanne breaks her record first. That's my opinion on that. I want Roxanne to break her record first.
Okay.
So.
Okay. Fine. See what? Okay. Fine. BMACK.
Julia, hands down.
Okay. 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 Here's the Rumble's coming in February, so I would say Julia. But if they really want to add the sizzle, you can keep the belt on Roxanne till the Rumble, and then take the belt off her in the next pay-per-view.
Mm-hmm.
But it's gonna get a little tricky because that means Julia loses twice.
Yeah.
To Roxanne, and you don't really need to do that at all.
Mm-hmm.
So they're gonna have to find a way to like Julia wins, but doesn't win the belt, like disqualification. Like, oh, Roxanne cheated, so you win, but you don't win the belt, and then you set it up for February. Yeah. I think that's the only way you could probably save Julia's like record, in a sense. But
they got to do it in a unique way because I'm tired of seeing that running interference shit. They will have to make something brand new, dope, like no interference, just the way that. Yeah.
Now that depends. That depends as well because if Cora Jade's match is in the beginning, she'll come out beat the fuck up. If Roxanne's match is in the beginning, she'll come back. She'll come out fresh. So that's gonna be like a weird like analogy. I don't know how that's gonna work. So I gotta figure that out. But again, by the way, there's only 5 matches. So put that out there.
Yeah.
5 matches.
Once again,
that's it.
They did like something shocking with Eddie Thorpe at the end.
Yeah. Okay. Last match. I call them the Powerpuff Girls. Gigi, Shotzi, and Tatum versus Fatal Influence. D-Walk, who wins? We'll just get to that.
Shotzi King.
Yeah. Okay. BMACK.
I honestly think this match can go either way.
Okay. Ooh, toss up. I respect that. All right. But if you had to ask, if you had to choose, who would you pick?
I give Shotzi an opportunity.
Okay, that's two for 2. All right. Okay, I respect that. Mm-hmm. Visible Woman. The Powerpuff Girls versus Fatal Influence. Shotzi, Gigi, and Tatum.
I feel like Fatal Influence would win, just on a technical scale, but I wouldn't mind seeing this new trio doing something sneaky to take the win.
I respect that. I think I want Shotzi to win, but it's gonna be fucking Fatal Influence. They always win trios. They don't really go anywhere from that. But
to be fair, like I don't know, I'm not really a big fan of Fallon Henley so much, but the other one, JC, yeah, like she's the one that I feel like has the most experience and would probably get the win.
Yeah,
I don't know,
because they had to put her ass out there at something. So I respect that. Before we leave, D-Walk, do you think there's gonna be a 6th match just out of nowhere? Like, oh, this came out of nowhere because we have to do it.
No.
Okay. BMACK, same question.
So what, I said it again?
Do you think there's gonna be a sixth like surprise match out of nowhere?
That's possible.
Okay, respect that. All right. Visible Woman, surprise match.
I'm down. If there is, I'm down for that.
Okay. I think maybe because they want to like shock the crowd. Because again, these 5 matches on paper are kind of cool. Like I want to see the triple threat and I want to see the fatal 4-way.
Mm-hmm.
I don't give a shit about the Lexus King match, and I don't give a shit about the triple tag team.
Mm-hmm.
I don't. So that's 2 out of 5 matches that I only want to watch.
Mm-hmm.
Just saying. There's nothing really else to do. But ladies and gentlemen, D-Walk, take it away. Let's go home.
Thank y'all for coming through. And it's another episode of NXT. My guest, Mr. and Mrs. Invisible Man, BMACK. Good show tonight. Thank y'all. See y'all Saturday.
That's
9
right.
o'clock. Hey, Joe, we miss you, bro. Get better, all right?
Yeah.
Exactly. And before we go, like always, Mr. BMACK, please plug out your socials for the world on YouTube's.
It's _Marble on Twitter with 4 B's.
All right. And Mr. D-Walk, put it out there for the sexy man and women out there.
YouTube, Dennis Walker. Instagram, Dennis the Menace. Yeah, that's how you find me. Dennis Walker on Facebook, whatever. You find me. You got me. Just hit me at the link down there. You know what I'm saying?
Got you going. All right, ladies and gentlemen, you can find me on Alex Coquito, ALEX space COQUITO, and on Rican Reactions, RICAN space REACTIONS. Cardala, say those socials so they can find your ass.
You know where to find me. Good night.
Okay, that's just how mysterious she the fuck is.
Nah.
All right, thanks for watching.
Lace up your boots, we're about to fight. NXT in the house, bringing the hype. We walk on bike, ready to ignite. Detroit hip hop, we take that flight. Body slamming, the crowd's going wild. A square circle with the kings of the pile. NXT superstars, we're breaking the mold. This Detroit beat will never get old.
Damn, Rican, where you found this? PUWF exclusive. This is the podcast for unappreciated wrestling fans. If you don't like it, suck our D-Walk, Joe BNCO, and the Invisible Man.